Take a breath. Let these words settle deep into your soul. Everything you see today will change. You are no longer who you were, and neither are they, because something invisible but undeniable has shifted. This is the moment before the unveiling. You've sensed it, the strange stillness in the air, the feeling like something big is just behind the curtain, the way ordinary things suddenly feel profound. That's not your imagination. That's divine discernment awakening. You are beginning to see the truth beneath the surface. Where others see coincidence, you feel confirmation. Where others dismiss intuition, you now hear alignment. And here's the final sign: your soulmate is ready. They've been quietly transforming just like you, privately growing, breaking, healing, and awakening. Preparing, not just for love, but for you. Not a version of you that is performing or pretending, but the authentic, spiritually aligned, whole version of you that is rising now. You are now undergoing a kind of metamorphosis that will challenge your thinking, awaken your talents, and improve your capacity to see beyond outward manifestations. However, everything you believe to be true can change by the end of the day. Perception is no longer limited to what your physical eyes can perceive. It's about what your intuition has been nagging you about for a long time, what you perceive, and what you feel in your soul. Today, that murmur will become a distinct voice. Change isn't the only reason you're here. The reason you are here is to learn about it. If you're prepared to energize the universe and co-create the reality that was meant for you, watch this video through to the finish and leave your best wishes and the number 777 in the comments section. Select one now, such as this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and then let's get started. The divine correction process. The transformation that is taking place is not anarchy. It's fixed. The realignment is magnificent. You're directly in front of what you've been meant to get thanks to a powerful spiritual rearrangement. You'll start to realize that everything around you is moving, but precisely, not in a panic. Relationships, surroundings, inner ideas, feelings, and even bodily manifestations will start to change. And if you take a minute to look closely, you'll see that divine wisdom is present everywhere. Your uneasiness was not a warning. A birth took place. A fresh perspective has been emerging as a result of your efforts, and the light emerges now in a manner that cannot be reversed. Some talks may begin to sound strange to you. The meanings of the same words are more profound. While some individuals appear familiar from a previous life, others make you feel as if you've known them for a very long time. These are indicators. The vibrations surrounding you are being picked up by your soul in ways that your intellect can hardly understand. This is due to the fact that you are being prepared for more than simply survival. You're receiving training in teaching, guiding, leading, and demonstrating. And you have to open your own eyes before you can accomplish it. You need to reorganize your own environment. You have to go much beyond what is comfortable in your own knowledge. It is hardly the kind of reform that garners media attention. It's a silent, inward, and holy type. It's the type of change that completely changes the way you think and sharpens your focus, making it impossible to see the world the same way. By gaining the eagle's eyes, you will be able to observe the large picture from above and notice even the slightest motions below. Although it's a gift, it carries duty. To get what your destiny demands, you will need to let go of what you believed you needed. Indeed, it entails letting go of some of the stories you've been telling yourself about your identity, your worth, and your future. Gaining knowledge from the changes. Today, everything you see will be different. And it's not an issue of readiness when it happens. Are you prepared to learn from it? That is the true question. Because there is a lesson, a heavenly message concealed in plain sight. In every change, unexpected turn, and unexpected detour. There will be unexpected endings to some of those lessons. Others will arrive with unannounced invites. Some will cause you to stop and weep. Other people will make you jump with delight. However, each one will bring you one step closer to your true self. Some of the things you see today could make you want to resist. It's normal. Seeing things fall apart is difficult. When individuals you trust start to distance themselves, it might be perplexing. Here's the reality, however. What formerly gave you comfort may start to seem strange when your eyes are spiritually enlightened. Regression is not what that is. Growth is that. There is a change in you, and the world is reacting to your internal makeover. People are aware of it. Environments sense it. Because your inner nature is changing, the energy surrounding you changes as well. It's more than simply a fresh chapter in your life. You are entering a completely new book. It's normal for you to see the trends. The indications are not your imagination. The same number keeps coming up for a reason. You wake up at the same holy hour of the night for a purpose. The same statement continues playing in your mind for a reason, and your spirit continues to be pulled by the same sensation. This is because you're learning something. Furthermore, the supernatural does not necessarily communicate via words. It makes use of stillness, synchronicity, sensations, and symbols. You have to study the delicate, learn to listen to the unspoken, and become a student of the invisible. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. In your spiritual narrative, this day will be remembered as the day your lenses were altered. The moment you started to see life as a language and ceased viewing it as a sequence of occurrences. You are being spoken to by life. The happenings of today are a means of divine communication. What seems to be a delay might be divine protection. A holy redirection might be what seems to be rejection. What seems like a loss might really be the beginning of your success. The lesson is that. That's the change. That is the shift that is just waiting for you to realize it now. It may feel intense, too. There is a certain soreness that develops when your spirit is being pushed to new insight. Don't flee from it, however. Take a seat with it. Let it talk. Allow it to instruct. Allow it to explain why you had to go through what you did. Allow it to reveal the meaning behind the bewilderment, the beauty behind the suffering, and the wisdom behind the quiet. You weren't overlooked. You were getting ready. And your spiritual classroom is right now, right now. Awaken perception as a gift. Be brave and choose one. You're awake now. The truth is coming to you. You are becoming aware of the divine order. You are becoming aware of your part in this cosmic process. No, what you see won't be understood by everyone. Your feelings won't be shared by others. You were meant to see what others miss, however, which is why you were assigned a place at the heavenly wisdom table. You were meant to guide others who are still learning to see, not because you were fortunate. Everything is changing. The change has already begun. Remain alert, watch, take in, and most importantly, learn. The change that is taking place inside you is more profound than the change that is occurring around you. Everything is a mirror. The amount of growth, healing, and alignment that you've experienced is reflected in what you're witnessing now. The world is bending to accommodate your becoming because of that alignment. You have nothing to pursue. Through your clarity, your vision, and your vibe, you are attracting it. Tomorrow, what you see now will be different. Even if the world seems familiar, now that you're awake, your perception of it will never be the same. And there's no turning back once you wake up. The truth cannot be hidden. The transformation is irreversible. The lesson cannot be unknowable. It's a gift, too. You are receiving knowledge that cannot be learnt from books. Knowledge that cannot be bought. The ability to see without deception. Clarity is gained here. Vision given by the Spirit. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. It's not just another day today. It's an invitation to see life from a spiritual perspective. What others overlook, you see. You are comprehending what other people are asking. And the reason for it is because your spirit is ahead of schedule. Prophetic awareness is what you're walking in. And that reality will be reflected in your life from now on. Greetings from a higher plane of perception. Greetings from heavenly education. You are prepared to learn from the fact that all you see today will change. Welcome to the truth. The value of silence and decision. The supernatural doesn't seek for your consent when it chooses to open your eyes. It reacts to your readiness. Whether you realized it or not, everything that has happened to you, every heartache, every moment of bewilderment, every quiet prayer, and every night filled with tears, has led you to this point of realization. This realization did not come to you by accident. You were led. Because you needed to be spiritually prepared to bear this degree of knowledge, you have been safeguarded up to this point. And now as the curtain is coming down, what seemed to be a delay is really orchestration. The divine hand of change, which was formerly seen as suffering, is now softly but firmly guiding every aspect of your existence. Choose one, look again. Examine your existence from the perspective of teachings and divine logic rather than one of loss or lack. Certain things have to happen in a certain way, not to shatter you, but to expose you. To modify your capacity to perceive the truth beneath every shadow, not to weaken you. Things can appear strange today. Everything has to be reinterpreted today, not because the reality changed, but rather because your vision changed. Your new consciousness necessitates fresh comprehension. Your ascent necessitates disclosure, and it is taking place right now. Your inner world has grown, and the commonplace is turning into the spectacular. What you used to ignore as you passed by is now blazing with importance. It's no coincidence. Alignment is that. Your heavenly mission is coming into alignment. Your capacity to understand life as a language instead of a sequential experience is what you're aligning with. You are surrounded by increasingly obvious, regular, and intense spiritual messages. Your preparedness has come, and supernatural indications are flooding your life. You are observing, you are not straying, and silence is necessary for witnessing. If you are hurrying through your day, you will not learn thoroughly. You've been slowed down because of this. Your journey was halted for that reason. That's why certain things didn't work out the way you had hoped. Because in order to increase your awareness, the divine had to stop your movement. Stasis is not the same as stillness. It's considered holy attention. Additionally, you have information that no one else can perceive when you focus on the divine. What others cannot hear, you can hear. You feel what others ignore, and you are changed in that place. Clarity's cost and benefit. Here's the reality, however. Selected one. You can't stroll with everyone right now. Not everyone will be happy with what you're seeing. Some people will believe you've become aloof. You could be accused of changing by others. They're correct, too. You're evolving. You are being called into soul-led meetings and away from shallow talks. You're being dragged into alignment and away from distraction. Everything you see today is beckoning you upward, so you can no longer live on the surface. Don't fight this draw. Everything is calling. Come deeper. Learn more. Go inward. Become. Don't question what your spirit is telling you. It's not strange of you to notice the change in energy. You're not being dramatic if you want greater privacy. When there is a lot of noise around you, choosing to be silent is not selfish. You're responding to the call to be aware of what's going on under the surface, and you will experience deep insight as a result of its presence. The kind of epiphany that unleashes your creative potential. The type of revelation that explains why events had to occur in the sequence that they did. Seeing into the future is not the point here. It's about grasping the message at that precise time. Right now, you are in your classroom. Today, not yesterday or tomorrow. And it is a powerful day. There is a lesson to be learnt from every delayed communication, closed door, and altered plan. You have evolved into a more mature version of yourself, asking now, what am I supposed to learn from this, instead of why me? Your spirit has earned that progress, and now is so important because of that progress, because you may now see the same events from a new perspective. Where others see disaster, you now perceive significance. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. Keep a watchful eye on everything today. The figures you see, the individuals you meet, and the feelings you experience. Each of these is included in the spiritual curriculum. Through seemingly random events, your spirit is being redirected, purified, and recalibrated. However, nothing is arbitrary. Even disruptions serve as teaching opportunities. Delays are also a kind of guidance. Additionally, the more you observe your surroundings, the more you will sense the divine guiding you in the direction of truth. Knowledge isn't the only factor here. It has to do with embodiment. You're receiving more than simply information. You're changing. Responsibility also comes with change. Your decisions must alter as your vision evolves. You can't return to acting as if you don't know what you now know. Environments that you have outgrown cannot be re-entered. Relationships that no longer uplift your soul cannot be given vitality. You are being given the ability to make more informed judgments. There is a price for such insight. However, every wise choice you make opens up more of what was always intended for you, so it's worth it. You're not lost anymore. You are a wise person, and if reasoning fails, knowledge will defend you. That's why today is so crucial, because something irrevocable is occurring inside of you, not because something spectacular is about to happen outside of you. You're changing your filters. You're becoming more focused. You're in alignment with your inner compass. Additionally, this kind of awakening has an effect on your relationships, purpose, health, wealth, and peace of mind. When you can finally see clearly, everything changes. And you are being given the gift of clear vision today, the urge to learn about life. However, you need to be mindful of the student's position. In front of wisdom, pupils watch, listen, and humble themselves. You don't have to be in charge of everything. What isn't ready doesn't have to be forced. What's for you is already drawn to your frequency. All you have to do is pay attention. You already have everything you need. You don't have to ask for it. You must match yourself with the version of yourself that can manage it. And you're getting ready for that very thing today. All of your conversations today are divinely orchestrated. Every letter, email, and chance meeting has deeper significance. The change is on how you take it. You are no longer seeing the world through fearful eyes. You are seeing the world through the eyes of consciousness. Furthermore, awareness is a gift. It enables you to perceive the light inside the lesson, the clarity within the complexity, and the opportunity within the conflict. And life becomes precious if you begin to see the world in this light. Each moment becomes sacred. Every breath takes on a meaning. You should stop wasting your time. You should stop scattering your ideas. You should stop investing your energy in things that don't match the worth you've found in yourself. Your level of comprehension is increasing. Your following season will be shaped by the maturity of your vision. Your target audience will change. Things you used to have to pursue will start to make their way to you, and the benefits you get will grow. Because your outside reality must improve when your inner sight does. Don't undervalue the events of today. Take your time going over it. It may seem subtle, but don't ignore it. Some of the most profound teachings are imparted in whispers rather than screams, in breezes rather than storms, in silence, not in commotion. Listen to honor today. Honor it by thinking about it. Before you wait and observe, ask yourself, what is life trying to teach me right now? To respect it. There will be a response, in ways that you will feel deep inside, not always in words. You have been selected. This implies that your path was never intended to resemble that of others. You are invited to have a more profound experience of life and to sense the Spirit's activity in times that most people miss. It is an initiation, a silent ascent, and a heavenly call to see, feel, comprehend, and become more. It's not simply your surroundings that are changing nowadays. You have the power to decrypt them. You're not only observing events as they happen. The signals are being deciphered by you. You are developing the ability to identify patterns, translate energy, and recognize heavenly rhythm. And that, selected one, is strong. The majority of individuals are too preoccupied to see the alignment in their life. Thus, that is uncommon. However, in order for insight to eventually reach you, you are being drawn into silence. Around you, a holy quiet is occurring. Furthermore, that quiet isn't meaningless. It is brimming with solutions, clarity, and consciousness. You are getting rid of the noise that was impairing your judgment. You can now identify the lesson concealed inside the silence. Important things don't always have to be loud. The subtle prods you get while you're alone yourself might contain some of the most potent lessons. Your intuition, those recurring clues, those unexpected insights, all of them are proof that the universe is revealing its hidden curriculum just for you. You're learning how to look beyond the obvious today. You're seeing that looks are often deceptive and that the untrained sight seldom sees the reality. However, you are no longer untrained. You deserve this clarity since you've gone through enough fire.